the sector shall grow, but everyone in the sector may not grow because there is a lack of knowledge of what the demand in the sector is, lack of knowledge about the price points that the sector can pay, lack of knowledge in terms of requirement of the pace of construction that you need to do, and of course, being married to the infrastructure which is external and internal to these projects. All in all, we as a company, me as an individual, and as president of NAREDCO, feel extremely optimistic of what 2018 is going to bring. We are very, very pleased with the kind of policies that are coming in terms of ease of doing business, both at the central government and at the state government levels. Large number of simplification orders have happened. All of it has not percolated to the bottom line, but we are hopeful that over a period of time, as the situation merits and the government intervention takes place, what is happening at the top level in terms of ease of percolate to the bottom level in order to provide the same efficiency and ease. I believe, my friends, that this is a sector where the opportunity is huge, provided you and I do it right. It'll be good for us, it'll be good for the country, it'll be good for the professionals who are involved in this industry, but best of all, it will make a paradigm happen where people will say that it is in this period of time that we have been able to do surpluses in housing so that the needs of the nation are met. Happy viewing, Happy New Year to all of you, and a great good year.
Sir, we have a lot of questions from the audience. First question is from Chintan Modi. Do you think there is a disconnect between rental yields and borrowing cost? If yes, how can that change?
Yeah, the rental yields are never married in India to the cost of the property, for the simple reason that we have had a huge amount of inflation, and the cost of the valuation of properties has also increased. So if you add together the rental yields along with the increase or appreciation in house property, you will find that the returns are huge. And those people who have held the properties for 10 to 15 years are getting yields which are beyond 15% per annum. But of course, this is a long-term issue as far as that is concerned. The short-term yields are not as aggressive that they are, and that is not likely to be even in the next couple of years.
Next question is from Janvi. Will implementation of RERA have positive effects on property prices? And will prices increase or decrease in Mumbai in 2018?
It's difficult to predict prices in every segment of the economy because the effect of prices depends on too many other factors, which is inclusive of supply, sanction of building plans, available sectors in the country. Doing it. I don't think the supply is good enough for the demand which is coming up. So obviously that will result in an increase in price. This is a prediction, not you will find certain properties which are built in the wrong places, or they are not built in terms of an appropriateness in terms of infrastructure. If you don't have water, if you don't have connectivity, if you don't have other things to do, obviously those will not see a price rise. So what you need to do is to pick up the right properties which have a good future. And just like you would pick up the right stocks or the right mutual funds in order to make a better return, you have to pick up the right properties.
Question from Vijay. When will India adopt manufacturing and installation of buildings as done in Singapore or Australia or Europe?
Yeah, this is a very important and good question in the sense of we needed to do prefab constructions in order to be able to replicate a large number of things, especially in the affordable housing segment. However, the scale still has not come up to that level wherein we can do completely prefabricated housing. I'm sure it will happen in the next couple of years, but no, it has not happened. Whatever has happened is very microsystem. I think less than 0.5% or maybe even less than that is prefabricated at this point of time. It would be fantastic to be able to prefabricate the entire housing and to do it. It's done in parts of the world, and in low cost, it can be very, very efficient. It's happening in bits and pieces, but I hope that in the next couple of years it happens. It'll bring about an efficiency and cost control and speed, which will be unimaginable. I'm optimistic it will happen, but not sure how soon it will happen.
Next question is from Imran. Sir, will platform deals in terms of equity funding will happen on higher pace for developers?
Sorry, I didn't get that question. You said what?
Will platform deals in terms of equity funding will happen on higher pace for developers?
Yeah, equity is available, but people are not able to pick up the equity because they don't have a confidence of their roadmap. The day you are able to roll out a roadmap which is looking good for the equity people, you can certainly IPO it. The market is optimistic about the real estate development, but the builders also have to be optimistic about themselves in order to do it and should have a roadmap which is working. I don't see that confidence happening. And though there are a couple of builders like Mr. Loda who are, I think, ready to go into the marketplace, and they would be possibly moving into the market, is what the rumored goes. But I'm feeling that such companies, if they come into the market, should have no problem whatsoever. That could be a very optimistic thing.
Question from Bhavya. In terms of ease of doing business, what do you think is the feasibility and implication of single window for approval of construction projects?
And both the municipal commissioners of Thane and Mumbai both have moved towards making ease of doing business in a tremendously strong way. I think it has been helpful. The permissions have come down. A single window is still not completely there, but yes, the number of permissions required is definitely reduced, which has happened, and this is a step forward. I think if this is continued in this manner, the single window will ultimately happen. It's not completely happened, but the steps in this direction have been extremely positive.
Question from Prashant. How do you see technology or artificial intelligence playing a role in real estate?
Well, we already use technology. We have changed the methods of construction. We use the best ERP systems that are available to it. We use communication levels which are there. The very fact that I'm communicating with you through this WebEx system, all this is use of technology. We use all these cameras which are available and seen on the site. The interactiveness in terms of what is going on in terms of operations at the sites are now totally under control, even at long distances. And I think the technology has definitely helped. Construction technology is also constantly improving, and the speed of construction has definitely improved because of that. And also we feel optimistic that over a period of time, all the information which is now available, especially in the case of Maharashtra, when it comes to RERA, everything is online. You don't even have to go to the RERA office for anything whatsoever. Everything is done through the net. So I think technology has definitely taken a positive leap as far as the real estate is concerned. A lot more can be done, but I think that will take some time. And in all cases, it's not very cheap or economical. So you can't use all the systems even for small projects. But I'm sure somewhere a sharing technology will come by which you can possibly rent out some of these technology partners. And I think everybody will be able to use it. So at the moment, It is available and lots of improvement have taken place. A lot of way to go still, but it started.
Question from Robert. What are the benefits of REIT for investors once it's SEBI regulated? Will the dividends be very good?
Basically, the word very good is not the right thing for REITs. REITs is supposed to be a safe return. And the idea is that those products which are 70% minimum rented out and the returns are more or less stable are the ones which are actually listed on the REITs. India has still not taken off, but I'm sure it is going to happen in the next few months or so. If the moment that happens, it's a more secure way of getting a return from real estate, which was not available up till today. So I think it will be very good for the investors who want a stable return and not the vicissitudes of the stock market. If you want higher returns, you have to go to the stock market in terms of investments. If you want stable returns, you will go to the REITs.
Question from Prasham. Is the affordable housing sector large enough to accommodate all the developers in the real estate market?
What do you mean by all? There is no such thing. In the country, there are thousands and thousands and thousands of developers. And those who make in the high price areas will also survive. The middle will also survive. The affordable will also survive. The redevelopers will also survive. But it all depends on what will be the numbers and what is the kind of proficiency with which they will do. So you will find people who will do each of these segments, and it's not that the high cost ones will not survive. They will also survive. The only thing is everybody cannot make high cost housing. Similarly, everybody cannot make affordable housing. So I think there is a space and place for everybody. It only depends on how efficient you are in that sector to be done. So the space is big, the growth is large. So it will, in fact, a lot of new people can come into the market, but a large number of people who are used to the old system will die and vanish. So there will be an input of younger and newer people, while the older and people who are inefficient or who are not able to adjust themselves to the new scale will die.
So we'll be taking the last question this is from Hitesh. What is the experience of RERA implementation on ground in terms of compliance and enforcement?
I think Maharashtra has definitely taken the lead. 13,000 of the 21,000 registered in India are coming from Maharashtra, and everything is online. And decisions are extremely fast and proper. And I believe the appellate authority has also been now put up. So even that system is in place. So I think maximum is happening in Maharashtra. The other states are putting up the whole thing, and many states have done it, but I'm not aware about the details of the implementation. But from what I've seen in Maharashtra, it's extremely efficient and very effective. Other states, I think, will soon, maybe in the next couple of weeks, formulate all their final policies, which will become. So maybe for new projects and prospective projects, RERA will be super efficient.
All right. So with that, I thank Mr. Niranjan Hiranandani, President NAREDCO, for this session on the topic Housing Sector in 2018. What's in the store? We would have loved to hear to Mr. Niranjan Hiranandani, but unfortunately, we'll have to stop it now. It was an engaging and insightful talk, and hope all these participants have enjoyed the session. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Goodbye.